Freedom, I never had the chance to run. Leave behind the said and done. Figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe. And I guess I could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But I'm doing this for me. Give it up, baby, I'm not fooling anyone. Always going on and on. Can't you keep it to yourself for once? Oh, I think I found a new way out, way beyond your shadow of doubt. And I can't breathe. Oh, I hope you're keeping count of all the times you let me down, and all the things you said out loud, the bullshit I could cry about. And I know we could be stronger now and leave it up to fate somehow. But everything I do for me.
I get lost sometimes and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground, so we can fly again, so we can fly again. I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight, what a time to be alive. Just you and I, just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift
stationary particles. As strange and counterintuitive as it seems, time dilation is a law of nature.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport. My name's Dan Davis. I'm bringing you live action of the penultimate round here, round 15 of the F1 2021 Championships, as Lucas Roth has just been disqualified for blocking the pit lane. So good stuff from him so far, as Lucas Roth will not complete qualifying. So that's a good start from him there. But we are live here for the penultimate round of the season. Kieran, if you are in the chat, it doesn't let you pick a team, you just got to go with whatever, so sadly you're with whatever team is given to you. So here we are for the penultimate round of the championship, and we are in Interlagos, Brazil, a track of 4.3 kilometers long. The number of laps is 71, race distance is 305 kilometers, and the lap record currently held by Valtteri Bottas with a 110.5. Fantastic circuit here, amongst one of the favourites at this track. 15 corners around here with 2 DRS zones, one going down the second straight from turn 3 to turn 4, and then all the way down the back straight from 13 all the way down to turn 1. As a few of the guys are currently out on track. Look like we got some dark, moggy conditions here as we are into the final part of this season. And I'm just trying to find the championship standings as it is. But Matahimovic is leading the championship. Green Pies sadly won't be able to make the 2 final rounds. So can Gary 131 catch Green Pies before the end of the season? That is the question. Once my F1 table is finally loaded. Sorry about this, guys, as it's taking a while here. But it is Matahimovic. He basically just needs to finish this race and score some points, and he will be champion here tonight at Interlagos. The 28-point gap between him and Green Pies. He should wrap this title up in the bag. But Gary121 still within a mathematical reach of catching green pies. Can he do so? And in 4th place is Sutty Apex in a McLaren after his great win out in Mexico a week ago. 5th is Mazda and won't also complete the season, so he is currently in 5th place, but he is going to get caught by the 2 Ferrari boys of Big Boy Brazier and a PN Motorsport Fury, currently in 8th with A Smith, not too far behind him, and Monkey Boy in 10th. DJ Phil in 11th place position with the Mutts Nuts in 12th. 13th is Rabbit Joe with Gel Ram in 14th place position. He is here this evening and is in the Alfa Romeo. What can he do this evening? Argent in 15th with KLF in 16th, Bryn 17th, 18th is Keegs, 19th is Go 10 Duffin with Craig E in 20th, Glick Joe in 21st, 22nd is Leon Funny, 23rd is Too Hot Shot For You, and that Buzzy Boy bringing up the rear. But the team's championship looks like this. Aston Martin already wrapped up the championship a couple of races ago with Alfa Romeo currently in 2nd, but still under pressure from McLaren. They're only 10 points behind with Ferrari in 4th. 5th is Williams, 6th is AlphaTauri, 7th is Haas, and 8th is Alpine, 9th is Red Bull, and Mercedes rounds up the top 10 here tonight. Hey guys, if you haven't done so, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the bell to be notified. These guys have put on an awesome show this season as things are coming to the end, and it is once again after his great form in Mexico. It is Sutty Apex who is currently at top of the session with a 1:08.5. A Smith currently in 2nd, but what can this man down here do? A Smith in the Alfa Romeo, we know he's very quick in his car. He's currently in the medium tyre right now. What can he do on this run here as we will go on board with Gel Ram for a lap of Interlagos as he goes into the final corner towards turn 1 where the DRS zone is wide open, and he's choosing to bail on this lap by the looks of things. He's not very fast into turn 1. Not quite what we wanted there. As it would just come off of him there, we will go on to Rabbit Joe, who I believe might be on a flying lap. There's a yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. That is Gel Ram. Rabbit Joe peels into the pits. We will get a flying lap of someone, and it is Sutty Apex who's still fastest at the minute. There is a car coming into the final sector. This is Argent. He's luckily in the right car, the Red Bull, and he goes down the main straight now. He's about to set a lap time as there's a yellow flag here and there's a car slow. But down the main straight go, we finally do a lap time here at Interlagos, Brazil, with Kieran Argent in the Red Bull as we head towards turn 1, breaking at the 50-meter board as he takes too much grass there and runs wide. Not really how you want to take turn 1, but making sure you clip the entry into turn 2, then a good exit out of turn 3. He's got a car behind him of Go 10 Duffin. DRS zone down towards 3 and 4. Let's Go 10 Duffin looking down the inside here, and Argent decides to lift down into turn 4 where Lewis and Verstappen ran wide into 5 and up the hill towards turn 6 where Sutil and Yolo truly came together and had a little bit of a ding-dong with one another into the slow section now as he touches the grass again and goes wide into the first hairpin, into another slow hairpin. Want to be in second gear, try and get a good run out the corner. Let's Go 10 Duffin doesn't do, and then into another slow hairpin where Alex Albon got spun round by Lewis Hamilton, and these two really making a mess of this lap. Argent currently, oh, let's Go 10 Duffin, one's wide again. This is where the famous words is that Glock, and Lewis Hamilton passes. Let's Go 10 Duffin goes round and hits Bryn at the same time. That's where Lewis Hamilton went on to win his 2008 championship. Up towards the final few corners where Max Verstappen managed to hold the beautiful slide and across the line, and that is Bryn out of the session as well. Kieran Argent set a lap time of 1:15.2, but not the best lap from him. Let's Go 10 Duffin now. Bit of a mess through there as they all come up through the hills. Gel Ram currently on a lap time. He's coming towards the final few corners. DRS wide open. Is he going to go fastest of all? Towards the line he goes. And it's only a 9th so far. I think he's on a better lap. This lap towards turn 1 he goes into the center S's. Wants a good drive out of there to hit the DRS zone down this back straight. DRS wide open. Towards turn 1 he goes. Is he purple in the first sector? Yes, he is. 7/10 up on his best. Through sector 2 he goes. Can he improve on this lap time? That Buzzy Boy, go back on track. Good lap time from that Buzzy Boy, currently 5th overall. And into sector 2 does Jalram go. Is he going to stop Sutty Apex, who's set a beautiful banker right now? And Jalram currently going through the middle sector. He has got a car coming up. That is Goten Duffin, who hits the wall. And it's the wall badly there. Somehow manages to keep going. Jalram through into the third sector. Does he go purple middle sector? He doesn't, but he's 1.6 up on his best. Jalram exits the final corner towards the final sector here. It's all about straight line speed down this section. Open the DRS zone. What is that lap time going to be? It's only P4, a 109.0 for Jalram in the Alfa Romeo. He drops down that far as Big Boy Brazier currently on a lap time. I don't know if he was purple sector 1. And once again, Goten Duffin, I'm not sure what he is doing. He should really come into the pits. He has got no front wing. As Big Boy Brazier currently on a lap time. He's into the middle sector now. He's catching onto the back of a Red Bull. I believe that is Argent. There goes Argent. And towards the final sector we go. Big Boy Brazier wants a good exit. He's purple middle sector. This is a good lap time from Jamie. Towards the start finish line he goes. Is it going to be a Ferrari pole position here at Brazil? Towards the line he goes. Big Boy Brazier towards the line. And it's a 108.8. Not quite enough. Didn't go purple in the final sector. He is on the medium tyres. That Buzzy Boy goes up into P2. And a purple final sector there. Good stuff there from that Buzzy Boy of Liam. He now puts himself in between Sutty and Big Boy Brazier. As Matt is currently still in the pits. Jalram now coming into the pits. A lot of these guys currently either on out laps or on flying laps. As Rabbit Joe currently not up on his time. He's 4 seconds off right now. As Gary 131 goes and sets a lap time. So let's see what tyre choices they have gone for. So far, it's the two softs at the front at the minute with their best lap times. So Big Boy Brazier and Matimovic currently starting on the medium. But I'm pretty sure if the lap times start to ramp up, they will want to come out. And I believe Matimovic is on his way out the pits. Well, we are currently on board with Gary 131, who is going through the middle sector. You can see that Matimovic is on his way out. And all the tyres you see are set on their best. So I believe Goten Duffin is still out on track with that front wing damage. Gary into the middle sector. He is purple at this stage. It's Gary going to get a pole position here. Good exit out the final corner is what he needs. He needs to open the DRS. Bang on point. Did Sutty get a lovely toe to be able to go purple in the final sector? We don't know. But Gary 131, is he fastest? Yes, he is. A 108.1 there for Gary 131. He goes fastest overall. Sutty will have to react to that. That Buzzy Boy currently still on a lap time as well. Is Goten Duffin still got the front wing damage? Yes, he does. And he should probably come into the pits. It also sounds like he's out of fuel. So Goten Duffin needs to come into the pits. Craigie currently on a lap time. Is he up on his personal best? 111.0 is his best. DRS wide open. Is he going to improve? No, he does not. He just stays in 12th position at this minute. A couple other guys coming to finish their laps. As Matimovic goes purple first sector. He is on the soft tyre. Can Matt find more pace in this Aston Martin? Most of the guys are back into the pits, but we will focus on your current championship leader. As there's a yellow flag in the final sector, but it is cleared now. Ace Smith, Jalram and Rabbit Joe currently on their out laps. Also Sutty Apex now coming back out on track, and Fury and DJ Phil still yet to set a lap time as Fury's now exiting the pits. We are matching Matimovic, who comes into the middle sector. He is purple. He's fastest in 1 and 2. Is he going to be fastest into the final sector now? And currently have 14 people watching. Let's hear you guys in the chat. As Matimovic comes to the start finish line now and he crosses the line. Is he fastest overall? A 108.0, and he goes fastest overall. Matimovic. It's an Aston Martin 1-2 as it stands. Question is though, can Sutty Apex fight back? Also, can the likes of Gelram, A. Smith and others do the same. Gelram back on those medium tyres again. He reckons he can get those tyres to work round here. Currently in the middle sector. He's currently coming up to the back of a McLaren. I believe that is Fury. Sutty Apex starts his attempt on his last attempt runs here, and Gelram is up. He's 2 tenths up on his best, but that'll only put him up near 5th place position as it stands. Gelram through the corner where Max Verstappen probably had the best save in F1 history towards the line. Gelram, has he improved? He has, and goes up in the 5th place position, but he wants to start on those medium tyres by the looks of things. He wants those tyres. Sutty Apex currently on a good lap time. He's found some pace in that McLaren, but he's gone a little bit wide there. Yellow flag in the middle sector. I believe that's a slow Ferrari. I think that's Big Boy Brazier towards the second beacon. Sutty is up, but he's not purple. He's only 400ths up. And not a great exit out the final corner. Towards the start finish line he comes. Sutty Apex, after a brilliant win in Mexico, he comes to Brazil to try and copy that towards the line. He loses time at the end. That Buzzy Boy doesn't improve either. Currently it's Aston Martin 1-2, Sutty in 3rd with that Buzzy Boy in 4th. Gelram currently 5th place position with Big Boy Brazier. He's now put the softs on. Is he going to improve? He's currently on a out lap as A. Smith in the AlphaTauri comes to the final corner. Final sector, does he improve his lap time? No, he's a 10th down. Also, Rabbit Joe towards the far end of the circuit. And into the final corner. Technically the final corner. There are a couple of kinks, but I would say that's the final corner. And a good evening to Fury's Grando. Good evening to Piano Motorsport in the chat as well. Good evening to all of them as Rabbit Joe is into the pits. He's opted to bail out that one. That Buzzy Boy, the only Alpine runner out there, into 4th place position as it stands, but he's trying his best to try and get a little bit higher. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. I believe that's Sutty Apex going slow. As that Buzzy Boy trying to find a little bit more time. Towards the line he comes. Does he improve? No, he does not. He only finds 3 tenths there. Sorry, loses 3 tenths. Big Boy Brazier, is he on a better lap with those softs? He's 6 tenths up at this minute. That will currently put him in 3rd place position as it stands. There's a yellow flag in the 1st sector. It's Sutty Apex. He's gone round. He has gone round, but Big Boy Brazier towards the line. Has he found any more pace? He goes fastest overall with a 107.9. Big Boy Brazier currently on pole position. Gary out on track as well, as Fury now goes up in the 6th place position. So lap times are improving here, and Gary is into the final corner to start his final lap. Final few laps. He's probably got one more after this. Matt currently staying in the pits. Don't think Matt will come out for one more run. So what can Gary do on this lap as that Buzzy Boy is coming into the final few sectors now? He's 4 tenths down at this stage. Is he going to improve? No, he's actually 9 tenths down. So at the minute he's just wearing those tyres out when he doesn't need to. Probably best to save those tyres. And Sutty currently on a lap, but he's currently going a little bit slower, probably because of the spin in turn 1. And he is opting to pit, as does Big Boy Brazier. So most of the guys on track now. These are their last attempts. Gary 131, 11,000 off at the minute. As Mummy D's in the chat saying good evening, or sorry I'm late. Nothing you've missed so far. It's just a qualifying session. As Gary 131 enters the final corner. He is purple middle sector. He needs a good final sector here to jump Matt and Jamie. Gary 131 after the mistake in Mexico with 3-second penalty, losing the race win towards line. Is he going to take pole position? No, he's 500ths off in the end. So these are their last laps here. Still, that Buzzy Boy not improving. As Craigie also coming up the hill. That Buzzy Boy bailed on that lap, so we go down to Craig E in the Williams. Is he going to improve on his lap time? It looks like a much better lap time from him towards the line. He does improve, but doesn't go any higher than 14th place position. Argent now, is he going to improve on the soft tyres? He does, but also stays in P13 as his teammate DJ Phil is out qualifying him at this stage. Gary 131 currently on track, and he is done for this session. I think most of the guys are done. They won't really get a good lap time in now, and that is it. Big Boy Brazier is your pole man here for the penultimate round of the championship. It is Ferrari on pole position, as I don't believe any of these guys really will improve massively. Argent currently 13,000 down on his best, but we will keep an eye on them, see if they can improve their starting positions right now. But guys, if you like what you see here, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you are new, hit the bell to be notified for when we are live, and also make sure you tune in on Tuesday nights as the British Touring Car Championship will continue as we head to Snetterton 300. Can Gary 131 continue his great form in the BMW, or will he crack under the pressure and not have enough fuel? As Craig E coming into the final few corners, he bails for the pit lane. Kieran Argent, last man to set a lap time here. Is he going to improve on 13th place position? He does, and he goes up into 9th place. So Argent finding a couple more places there. But it is Big Boy Brazier who is your pole man from Matimovic in 2nd. 3rd is Gary 131. 4th is Sutty Apex. 5th is that Buzzy Boy Fury in 6th. 7th is JL Ram. 8th is A Smith. 9th is Argent. 10th is Rabbit Joe. 11th will be Bryn. 12th is PN Motorsport with DJ Phil in 13th. Craigie rounding up 14th. 15th going to Go 10 Duffin, and bringing up the rear is Lucas Roth with that disqualification for blocking the pit lane. As everyone is pretty much back into the pits bar Argent, and that is your qualifying over, and it is Ferrari on top with Big Boy Brazier taking the pole position here this evening. Guys, hit that like button, please do so. It really helps us out here so much. As Matt always reminding me that this is DJ Phil's 150th appearance here at Simplay Motorsport. So congratulations to DJ Phil for making so many appearances here. As we are about to get underway for an epic night's worth of racing, 71 laps around the beautiful circuit of Interlagos, Brazil. And what a round we have here. A reminder that this week is full of great action here at Simplay Motorsport. Tuesday night, like I said, is the touring cars as we head to Snetterton 300. Also tune in on Wednesday and Thursday night as the GT3s will return again as they head to the circuit of the Americas for the 4th round of the championship. And then we have the final round of the F1s at Abu Dhabi in a week's time. Matimovic can win the title here tonight. As people said, Peaceful Stepdad says congratulations to DJ Phil. And nice to see that DJ Phil will make his 150th appearance here in the F1. He is the leader, I think, for most appearances here at Simplay Motorsport. And here is the grid. Look like we're going to have a 3-stop here tonight. Is the favoured one. Soft, medium for Jamie. The man we'll be keeping an eye on is this man, Gel Ram. He will be starting on the medium tyre. What will his strategy be? He will obviously get rid of the slower tyre straight away, as these are all once again messing around with the formation lap, which I really don't like, but hey ho, they just decide to mess around, then that's their thing. So our final running order of the grid, it is Big Boy Brazier on pole position with Matimovic running alongside with Gary 131 in 3rd. Sati FX will start 4th with that Buzzy Boy in 5th. 6th is Fury. 7th is Joe Ram, and 8th is A Smith. 9th is Argent. 10th is Rabbit Joe. 11th is Bryn. PN Motorsport will start 12th with DJ Phil in 13th and his 150th appearance here at Simplay Motorsport. Craigie will start 14th with Lucas Roth starting in 15th place position, as I believe he is on the hard tyre. He likes the hard tyre here, and he's going to try and go as long as he possibly can. With Go 10 Duffin starting in last place due to obviously probably a penalty after so many incidents in qualifying. But we are about to get underway here for the penultimate round of the season. It is pretty much in Matahimovic's hands, as we are all lining up here at Brazil, Interlagos, for the penultimate round of the season. Round 15 of 16. It's been a long season, but we are coming to an end very shortly. It is Ferrari versus Aston Martin on the front row as the reds rise, the lights come on. And we are go, and Gary 131 gets the jump start, and he will get a drive-through penalty for that. But it's Matimovic goes into turn one, and he gets the jump on Big Boy Brazier. But there's all sorts of chaos going on. Front wing's getting damaged as Goten Duffin once again loosened the front wing, and it's causing chaos here into turn one. But everyone other than Goten Duffin gets away safely, and he's into the wall. And that is not what we want to see here. Goten Duffin here into the wall. That's probably going to produce a safety car. But it is Gary 131 who leads, but he has got a drive-through penalty after jumping the start. Matimovic will take the lead of the race, and Big Boy Brazier currently in third. Gelram with an amazing start is currently in fourth and ahead of Fury and Sati. Sati not the start he would have wanted at all, and he is currently down in 6th place position, stuck behind a few cars, as Argent has also made a great start in 7th place. Bryn in 8th, and 9th is A. Smith. That Buzzy Boy, a horrid start for him. He has dropped down to 10th place position. But we are green. Lucas Roth currently up in 11th after a good start from him on those hard tyres. How far can he go? And Rabbit Joe dropping 2 at the back of the pack. And Gary 131 straight into the pits after his drive-through penalty. There's a yellow flag in the final sector. That is Lucas Roth. He is out of this race, and that is a virtual safety car being deployed already. And Rabbit Joe comes into the pits probably for a front wing change. That's going to help Gary out massively because he won't lose too much here. But it's now Matt who leads this race from Big Boy Brazier from Gelram in 3rd place. And Gelram with those medium tyres has managed to put himself in a good position here. He can go relatively long as Rabbit Joe getting that front wing damage. Gary 131 hasn't lost that much. He's in 13th place position. That is on the back of the queue. So that is one thing that Gary can be happy about. He's not going to lose too much here. PS4 Motorsport just at the back of this pack as we are going green once again. Who has got the best of the restarts? And Sati right onto the back of Fury, who's on the back of Gelram, and Gelram on those medium tyres wanting to stay ahead as Big Boy Brazier and Matimovic pull away out in front as Gelram just struggling to get those mediums fired up. And Fury right on the back. He's in the slipstream, he's in the tow. No DRS yet. It will be lap free where the DRS will be enabled. And Fury's going around the outside of Gelram. He's going to try and get the job done into turn 1, and DRS is enabled. Now Sati Apex looking to the inside of Gelram, but he thinks better of it. And Gelram just hangs in there a little bit longer, trying to get those mediums to fire up where all the soft tyres are running up into hot temperatures, and away they go. DRS has been enabled, and Gelram not quite able to get onto the back of Fury as Sati gets right onto the back of Gelram's Alfa Romeo. And right now he is stuck in a McLaren sandwich. Right now he can't find a way past Fury, but nor can he find a way to keep ahead of Sati. Sati really pressurizing him as they will come through the DRS zone towards the end of the lap. Who else is on a move? Arjun's got a little bit of pressure from Bryn. A. Smith slowly working his way back up where we go to the front, and the gap is less than half a second here. Good evening all, and good luck everyone, says Fury's mum. But Matt's gone wide. He's made a mistake. There's a yellow flag in the final sector, and Fury's dropped it. He's made a mistake. He can't get going. He needs to be a bit patient here and wait for the rest of the crew to go through. But Big Boy Brazier with the slipstream, with the DRS, and Matt squeezes him to the wall. They make contact with one another. Matt's going to stick it out on the outside, and Jamie can't find a way through. Hazard giving him front wing damage. Matt's going to stick to the outside. Big Boy Brazier with DRS stays to the outside as well. This is going to help Gelram get a little bit closer to these two. But Matimovic sticks with it on the brakes down the inside. But he is going to run wide. They're side by side going up towards the top of turn 5. Matt versus Jamie up the hill, and Jamie will have to just wait a little bit longer. Both of these two looking really racy at this stage. But the more they race each other, the more this is going to put Gelram, as Fury and DJ Phil are both into the pits. Gary already back up into 9th after that drive-through penalty. The virtual safety car really helping him out at this stage. But Big Boy Brazier wanting to try and find a way past Matt as quickly as he possibly can. Bit of track limits there from Big Boy Brazier, but he wants a good drive out the corner with a bit of dirt on his tyres. He probably won't be able to get the drive he wants. As Argent now up into 5th place, but he goes wide. That's going to give Bryn the opportunity to come through. Big Boy Brazier, DRS wide open. Matt goes right up against the wall. Big Boy's going to have to go to the outside, but Matt covers him off. But Big Boy Brazier wants to have a good run through here. Argent back ahead of Bryn, but we got another car in the pits. That is that Body Boy. He's into the pits. We go back to the leaders. It's Matimovic versus Big Boy Brazier. Bryn has gone backwards. He's dropped back. I think he possibly made contact with Argent, but Matt still's hanging in there. Big Boy Brazier versus Matt, as Gelram is also having a fight with Sutty Apex. Sutty looking to try and get onto the podium positions once again, and he's right on the back of the Alfa Romeo. Still, Big Boy Brazier can't find a way through. Argent 5th. A Smith is currently in 6th place position, and Gary is already back up in the 7th place position. What a recovery drive from him. And Bryn and Rabbit Joe currently down in 10th and 11th, as Fury now back up in front of Rabbit Joe. But we go back to the front. Big Boy Brazier looking a lot more racier at this stage, as Matimovic still trying to hang on to this race lead. DRS wide open for Big Boy Brazier, as Matt comes across and chops off Big Boy Brazier's nose. That's a little bit aggressive there from Matt, but Big Boy Brazier is going to look to the outside. He can't get the job done there. Matt's going to try and shut the door. They get really close to one another, and Matt hangs on to the position. But Big Boy Brazier is going to get the DRS. Matt is squeezing him, and Jamie can't seem to find a way through right now. Very aggressive driving here from Matt, as Gelram is going to lose a place to Sutty Apex. He goes down the inside, but Gelram looking to get the better drive out the corner, which he does so on the medium tyre, and through he goes. Another car into the pits is Bryn. He's going to change that front wing. But great racing up and down the grid so far, as Gary 131 is on the pursuit for A Smith. So Big Boy Brazier now still trying to stick to the back of Matimovic here as we go into the final few sectors here. But Sutty Apex still also on the back of Gelram, but can't find a way through. In a minute, those soft tyres are going to die out for Sutty, and he's going to lose that advantage. Gelram's gone wide. That's going to give Sutty Apex the advantage, but he's going to lose the DRS here to Gelram. Meanwhile, speaking of DRS, Big Boy Brazier is in the DRS zone. He is going to try and find a way past Matimovic. Matt's going to defend the inside once again, and Big Boy's going to have to go around the outside, but he can't get the job done. He wants to get a good drive out the corner. Gelram with the DRS is back ahead of Sutty, but Sutty's managed to keep the position. He goes back in front, but Big Boy Brazier around the outside. They make contact again. These two really batting one another and making a bit of contact. Matimovic stays in front of Big Boy Brazier, as Sutty Apex also trying to find a way past Gelram, but can't seem to do it. These two are doing it a lot cleaner than the leaders. I do have to say so about that. But Gelram hanging in there for that position, as Argent is out of this race. Has he hit the wall? I think he possibly has. That's a full-blown safety car that's been deployed. We'll go on board with Craigie, currently in 9th and in the points. There is Argent, and that is a car destroyed there. So that is a safety car. What do these guys do? Gelram, if they decide to pit, will lead this race on those medium tyres, as Matimovic and the Big Boy Brazier are driving a little bit aggressive between these two. Who is going to pit? If one of them doesn't pit, the other one will, I believe. Go into the final sector now, and they both stay out. They're both going to stay out in this sense. What does Sutty do? He's probably burnt those softs off a little bit. No, he's staying out also. A Smith, is he coming to the pits? No, he's staying out. Gary 131 staying out also. Most of these guys are choosing to stay out with this safety car out on track. Craig E currently up the hill towards the final few corners. Is he opting to pit and get some fresh new tyres on the car? No, he does not. So what this does, it really helps out a lot of the drivers as Bryn runs a little bit wide. It helps out a lot of these drivers just catch up onto the back of the pack, the likes of Fury and Bryn. Rabbit Joe goes ahead of Fury, and Fury's into the pits again. Why is Fury into the pits? He's changing onto the medium tyre. So Matimovic leads the way with Big Boy Brazier in second. Gel Ram currently in third. Slutty Apex in fourth. Fifth is A Smith. Sixth is Gary 131. He's now back in this race after serving a drive-through penalty earlier on. And seventh is PN Motorsport. Eighth is Craig E. Ninth is Rabbit Joe. 10th is That Buzzy Boy. 11th is DJ Phil. Fury is in 12th, and Bryn bringing up the rear. Once these guys are all lined up, we can get racing once again. And guys, if you haven't done so, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the bell if you are to be notified for when we are live. But as it stands, it's Matt leading this race after 8 laps here, 71 in total, so we've still got a fair way to go. And make sure you tune in on Tuesday night for the 5th round. I say 5th round of the British Touring Car Championship, as we head to Snetterton 300, where I once again have to carry 100 litres worth of fuel, as will Jay, Fury and Cobb, the leaders of the championship. And what can we do there? Can Gary 131 get another race win? As we know in previous leagues, he is ridiculously good at Snet. As DJ Phil has come into the pits once again for a brand new set of mediums. And this is going to hold us up a little bit longer, as normally the safety car tends to wait until everyone has joined the snake. So we're just waiting on Fury, Bryn and DJ Phil to catch up to the back of the pack. As Fury, has he got front wing damage? He has. How has he managed to do that? So Fury will have to come into the pits again. So not what Fury would have wanted with the front wing damage. This would have been an opportunity to catch onto the back of the pack. Well, whatever he's managed to do, he's managed to damage that car. And DJ Phil's catching as well. So if he catches the pack and the safety car deems that everyone's ready to go, it will come into the pits. So the safety car is staying out for one more lap by the looks of things. No, safety car is in this lap. So Matimovic will control the place. Fury will have to pit for that front wing as Gelram opts to go very wide. Matt will determine the pace. He is probably going to leave it to the very last moment, so he does not give away the slipstream as he stays to the outside, inside as much as he possibly can. And towards the start-finish line we go. Matimovic chooses to go now as That Buzzy Boy, Fury, all those guys coming to the pits. And Gelram is right on the back of That Buzzy Boy. We've got a yellow flag in the back. I think that's just because of the slow cars. But we are back underway here, and Matimovic has caught Big Boy Brazier out here. But Gelram, with those medium tyres, aren't able to fire them up, as Rabbit Joe and Bryn look like they've had a moment, as That Buzzy Boy and Fury are into the pits. Big Boy Brazier, though, wanting to cash onto the back of Matimovic as quickly as he possibly can. Gelram, with those medium tyres, will start to have a tyre advantage very soon, as the softs will start to die out. And the tyre advantage that these boys had at the start would disappear, and it will be advantage Alfa Romeo with those medium tyres, more grip and able to go longer. But Slutty Apex just hanging on to these guys with A Smith as well, not too far behind him. Gary currently in 6th with PN Motorsport in 7th. Bryn makes a move on DJ Phil and goes up another place. DJ Phil losing out to a Bryn there as we go down towards the back straight here. 4:10 separating the top two, 5.5 seconds now, as Big Boy Brazier not able to get into the match slipstream here. And Rabbit Joe manages to find a way past on Bryn. I think Bryn and DJ Phil and all those guys are having a great Titanic fight here. And here they go. Rabbit Joe down the inside of Bryn, but Bryn tries to keep the position, but he's unable to do so. and runs wide, and Rabbit Joe goes round and does a lovely pirouette down the bottom of the hill. That Buzzy Boy and Fury are trying to catch on to the back of the pack, so yellow flag in sector 1. But right now, Big Boy Brazier hoping for the DRS to be activated very, very shortly so that he can find a way past Matahimovic. But Gelram currently in 3rd place position. He's in a good position with those medium tyres. But right now, he's stuck behind the Aston Martin and the Ferrari of Big Boy Brazier and Matahimovic. Stutty Apex just in reach of these guys as well, as A. Smith has dropped off back a little bit. And he's got Gary 131 very, very close to him as well. So can Gary just try and find a way past the AlphaTauri to go into the final few corners? But it is still Matt who leads the way. Once again, half second separating the top 2. A second separating the top 3. As DRS is now enabled. Has Gary 131 got to run up into turn 1 on A. Smith? Is he going to think about it? No, he decides to wait. But there we go. A. Smith leaves the door open a little bit. Gary thought better of it. Gary's lost the front wing completely. A. Smith now able to stay in front, but look at this as Matimovic defends turn 4 and Jamie having to go around the outside, and Matimovic not losing a position there to a Big Boy Brazier, who Big Boy Brazier, Jamie must be getting so frustrated being in the back of that Aston Martin. He's probably sick and tired of seeing the back of that car. Gelram just sitting there being patient, waiting for his opportunity to come. Oh, Gelram has a massive wiggle and snap at the end there, as Big Boy Brazier got damage to the front wing, and that's really hurting Big Boy Brazier's control and traction. He's gone off, and Big Boy Brazier is out of this race. Jamie hits the wall, and that is his session over. Jamie will not be happy about that one whatsoever. That's given the opportunity for Gelram to try and score some good points for Alfa Romeo. Sati Apex currently in 3rd and has dropped behind A. Smith in 4th. What has happened to Gary? Oh, his front wing, of course, himpering him here as he comes flying into the pits. That's going to help Bryn, Craig and DJ Phil. Rabbit Joe also all move up the order. But Matimovic leads this race. Gelram currently in 2nd place position. And currently Gelram now pushing Matt. He is now wanting to give him some pressure. And Sati Apex once again quietly just sitting in that 3rd place position, minding his own business, as we see a little bit of cloud cover here. Could we possibly have a little bit of rain going towards the end of this race? We do not know here in Brazil, as the climate is a little bit random here at times. We've still got lovely clear dry conditions at this stage, but a little bit of cloud cover looks like it's coming in. Gelram now with the DRS wide open. Can he pass Matimovic? Do the thing that Big Boy Brazier could not do. Gelram right now 1 minute 12.2. He's 2/10 off his best. The rest of the guys around him now starting to lose the tyre. And Matimovic still leads this race at this stage. And we go back to Craig E and DJ Phil. Craig E looking to try and make a move on the Red Bull in the Williams, and he can't seem to find a way through. DJ Phil hangs in for 7th place position. That's your closest fight on track. But that Buzzy Boy now starting to come under pressure. Fury needs a decent run through here to use the DRS. DRS wide open, so Buzzy Boy now is going to be under pressure from Fury. But Fury not close enough to really do anything about it into a turn 4. As we go back to the leaders, Matimovic currently 3/10 ahead of Gelram. Matt going very deep in the final corner there. Gelram with a better run through there. He's going to be in the DRS zone, but half a second once again. Matt deploying all his battery, I think, just in the final corner, so he can stay ahead of the Alfa Romeo. Gelram not able to get close enough to Matimovic right now. So Matt still leads this race at this stage. Gelram with a great exit there. He's in the DRS zone. They can't seem to get close enough to Matt. Is he just biding his time? Is he waiting for those soft tyres to start dying out so that he can benefit from it. Matimovic currently just hanging in there. Gelram looking to try and make any opportunity to find a way past. Sati Apex just tripping off of the pace there. And third, 4 seconds behind is what I meant to say. So Craigie still on the back of DJ Phil, and Fury has found a way past that Buzzy Boy, and up into 10th place he goes. Craigie now very close to the back of DJ Phil. Can he find an advantage through there? These two also very close to Rabbit Joe. Also, Fury going a little bit deep into the hairpin, so does that Buzzy Boy. But Liam able to get a better drive out the corner. Gary currently catching all these guys up, as the leader's gap is now 3/10. I think Gelram is just patiently waiting for the right time to pounce. He is in the DRS zone. Matt goes to defend. Very late defense there from Matt, and Gelram will go down the inside. Matt sticking it on the outside. Gelram staying to the inside. He's got a better run on Matt. Matt comes across. They're side by side going up the hill, and Matt will hang in for that first place position, staying ahead of Gelram as they go into the hairpin. Well, Sati Apex was a little bit closer. He would also be able to put into this fight, but he's just not got the pace of the leaders at this stage. So will Sati Apex probably think of an early pit stop? There's a nice window to possibly drop himself in. So you see in the background, Rabbit Joe, Fury, and that Buzzy Boy having a great scrap here. But we will have a brief look at this as the leaders are going up the hill towards turn 1. Matt with a poor exit. I think this is going to get Gelram an opportunity to go for the race lead, and Matimovic has to go defensive. He has nowhere else to go, and Gelram not wanting to overtake. He's staying there. He wants the DRS zone for the 4th corner is where he wants to get Matimovic. He wants a good drive, but he's not got that. But he is quicker through turn 3. Matt already playing defensive. Gelram will have to go to the outside. He does so. But Matt defends the inside. Gelram looking for any opportunity to get past that Aston Martin, but can't find a way through. Matt putting on a very defensive drive, and we go back to Fury, who's sending it down the inside of Rabbit Joe, and he gets the job done as that Buzzy Boy also very sideways through turn 1 he goes. Can that Buzzy Boy now use the DRS to pass Rabbit Joe? Rabbit Joe defends the inside. He's also got DRS from Fury, which these three are catching Craig E and DJ Phil. Great little fight for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th and 11th, led by DJ Phil. Bryn has managed to pull himself away from this gap. Once again, Matt is under pressure from Gelram. We go to turn 1. Matimovic not got the DRS. Gelram does have the DRS, and he does not want to overtake him there. Gelram wants to go on the outside, but Matimovic able to hang in there. Gelram once again will have the DRS. He's got better grip. He's going to the outside. That Buzzy Boy has made a move on Rabbit Joe. Gelram can't get any further across if he tried, and Matt has covered him, so Gelram can't find a way through. Matimovic stays in front. We go back to the scrap between DJ Phil, Fury and Craig E. Fury with the DRS zone. It's going to get DJ Phil right round the outside. He goes. Whoa, as Craig E nearly hits the back of DJ Phil. DJ Phil breaks really early. Has Craig E got the job done? No, he has to cut the corner. And DJ Phil coming off a bit better there, as Craig E has to go around the outside, and Rabbit Joe is into the pits. Has he got front wing damage? Yes, he does. And Craig E losing out big time out of all of that. DJ Phil losing out to Fury. That Buzzy Boy also going down the inside of DJ Phil. Those two getting swamped by that group there, and DJ Phil, Craig E losing out to Fury and that Buzzy Boy, who are on their way through. PM Motorsport with a very quiet run at the minute. He's currently in that 5th place position. Gelram finally going around the outside. Can he be better on the brakes than Matt? Matt hits the brakes and stays in front of Gelram. As A. Smith's into the pits, he's decided to change his tyres. And Gelram with the DRS, he's not able to use it as he just gets caught out by Matt at the end there. And Matt there just getting a little bit, moving a bit under the brake in there a little bit. This is okay for now, but got a little bit close to Gelram as they come up to the top of the hill. Gelram on the hot medium tyre. Has he got the better grip? Possibly not. Gelram looks like he's got the job done. No, he doesn't. He's back on the inside of Matt. Matt's going to stick it on the outside, and he's lost out there. So Matt loses the race lead to Gelram. So he just needs to stick to the back of him so he can use the DRS down the main straight. But Gelram on those medium tyres just seems to have better grip, better confidence. And Matt trying everything he can, stick on the back of him. A little wiggle there. Gelram with a great exit. Is Matt got the DRS zone to attack Gelram? The pit window will open very shortly for Matt though. So Matt with the DRS, he's going to send it down into turn 1. Or is he? He wants the DRS zone, and I think he just stays ahead. So Matt is back in front. As little Gelram in the chat saying, come on Gelram. And is supporting his driver. And Gelram's going to go around the outside. He gets DRS, but will Matt try and stick it down the inside again? No. He thinks better of it, and Gelram now back up into the lead of this race, and I think that will be him now leading from on. But Matimovic now really needs to start thinking about tyres, as Sati Apex quietly has brought that gap down by a second. Is not able to really do anything as Fury's gone round, and Fury's got front wing damage, and A. Smith has hit him as well. That's going to help Gary. That is a safety car. And Bryn and that Buzzy Boy benefit from that. Buzzy Boy has to pull out of that one. So this might help out Matt. He's able to go in and put some tyres on after his tyres had just died. And that is Fury and A. Smith out of this race. We have lost 6 drivers already. Rabbit Joe will benefit from that. He will go ahead of these guys. I don't know if the cars are out the way. No, there is Fury's car. So Rabbit Joe will move up into 10th place position. Fury and A. Smith both out of this race. What does Matimovic does? He comes in the pit, as does Gelram. Both of these two into the pits. What tyre are they going to go onto? That is the question. Matt is he going to go straight onto medium? Looks like medium for Matt. Gelram, what is he going to? That is the question. Gelram onto the soft. Matt is onto the medium. Sati's also in. He's onto the medium. As Bryn gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. PN Motorsport also into the pits quietly, as Craigie gets a penalty for speeding under the safety car. So PN putting the medium tyres on. Bryn coming into the pits as that Buzzy Boy carries on. He's going to gain possibly 2 places out of this. Yes, he will. He will gain a place on Bryn, but he won't gain a place on PN Motorsport. I don't think. PN might be able to just hang in there on the exit. Fury's not very happy in the chat saying, really, Bryn. So PN Motorsport now up in the 4th place position. That Buzzy Boy currently in 5th. With Gary 131 quietly going up the track, up the order in 6th place position. For Craigie currently in 7th. Bryn into the pits. He's in 8th with Rabbit Joe in 9th. And DJ Phil once again into the pits. But Gelram now onto the faster tyre. He is on the soft tyre. And what is Matt going to do? He needs to catch Gelram out as quickly as he possibly can. Gelram nearly crashes into the back of the safety car there. But Gelram is now controlling this race as we just wait for the rest of the drivers to get onto the back of the grid. As all of them have put the AI in. I really don't like it when these lot put the AI in. It's you're under safety car, you don't know what the AI is going to do. I personally think that the guys should be doing it by themselves. If Gelram really wanted to, he's not in the AI. He could just hit the brakes if he wants to, and the AI would just crash into him. I personally think that this is daft, and they should be controlling their own pace. But nonetheless, it is Gelram who leads this race. Matimovic currently in 2nd, 3rd is Sati Apex, 4th is PN Motorsport, 5th is that Butty Boy. Gary 131 is the 6th, 7th is Craig E. First of the penalty runners. PN Motors, Bryn currently in 8th, 9th is Rabbit Joe, and 10th is DJ Phil. He will score points on his 150th appearance here at Simplay Motorsport. So DJ Phil will score points for Red Bull. And our non-finishers at this minute is Fury, CVK, A. Smith, Big Boy Brazier, Argent, Lucas Roth, and Go 10 Duffin. As I believe everyone has now caught up to the back of the pack. And we should be able to get underway. hopefully the safety car will come in. Guys, if you like what you see here, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so. As the safety car does come in this lap, as everyone is ready and raring to go. When does Gelram decide to pit? Decide to go? That is the question, not pit, sorry. It's been a long day. It's been a very long day, but we're about to get underway here. Loads of great motorsport action today. Monaco Grand Prix, what a chaotic race that was. If you haven't seen it, then please do so. But after this great race, as Gelram now decides when he wants to go, as Matt is getting close to the side of Gelram. Gelram wants to go at the very last minute. And off he goes. Someone's into the pits. That's Craigie. And off we go. We are green once again here at Interlagos. Gelram has led the pace away. Not the best restart from him, as Matimovic is right on the back of him. But with that soft tyre advantage, Gelram has pulled away and is well ahead of the rest of the pack. Most of them on the medium tyre, but Bryn. And that is Bryn making a move on Gary 131. No soft tyres, working straight away for Bryn, but he's ran wide. That Buzzy Boy having a wiggle as well. And that Buzzy Boy dropping down the order. Also Rabbit Joe not with the best start from him either. But we are back underway. PN Motorsport currently in 4th. Is he going to get his first podium here? He needs to keep it clean. He nearly got one at Mexico, but sadly crashed out just on the penultimate lap of this Mexico race. And Gary's back ahead of Bryn. Bryn's gone round. And Bryn's made a mistake after that great recovery drive on the soft tyre straight away, firing it up. He has now dropped down the order. But Gelram with those soft tyres has pulled away. He's first with Matt in second on the medium tyre. Sutty with a big wiggle there by the looks of things. PM Motorsport not too far off the back of the leaders either, but he's got that Buzzy Boy and Gary 131 coming. And Bryn's had another moment. He's had a spin, so he's struggling to get that car back to the track. As that Buzzy Boy under a lot of pressure here from Gary 131. No DRS just yet, so Gary will have to rely on battery power and raw pace. As Jamie in the chat saying that he was going to commentate with me at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, so that'll be nice to see. Because that Buzzy Boy is trying to get onto the back of PN Motorsport, but can't seem to find a way through as it stands. That Buzzy Boy got Gary right behind him, but PN's got the pair of them behind him as well. The one remaining Ferrari running here, and he's got that Buzzy Boy and Gary 131 right behind him. Gelram with a commanding lead at the minute, 1.7, as he sets the fastest lap of the race on the soft tyre, and I believe the DRS will be enabled this lap once again. Gary's got a great run on that Buzzy Boy. He's going right around the outside, and he's got the job done. So Gary 131 up another place. Does he get DRS? Yes, the DRS is now enabled, so they can get close to the PM, but that Buzzy Boy is going to send it into turn 4. No, he thinks better of it and pulls out of the tow. But Gary 131, but oh, that Buzzy Boy with a big wiggle going through turn 4 there. He was lucky to hang on to that one. Interesting now, Sutty Apex is catching Matimovic on those medium tyres. It seems like that Sutty, it seems, has a sudden burst of wind to try and catch Matt at this stage. As we got Craigie back in the pits once again, possibly for a front wing. PM Motorsport in 4th, still trying to hang on to that 4th place position, but he's got Gary 131 and that Buzzy Boy, who are both going to get DRS. And Gary's got the run here. He goes down past PN Motorsport and gets the job done. PN Motorsport, nothing he could really do there. The power of the DRS managing to outdrag him and outperform him there. So PN Motorsport down into 5th place position. But now that Buzzy Boy will have DRS also. So does PN Motorsport, but that Buzzy Boy seems to have a better run through turn 3. He's going to look to the outside of turn 4. Is he going to get the job done though? He runs wide. He's going to try and keep his foot in. PN can still see him. He's giving him space. And that Buzzy Boy thinks better of it. He pulls out of that one. That's Jelram now with a 4-second gap over Matahimovic, who seems to be struggling on these medium tyres. As Sutty Apex, currently in 3rd place position, is actually on the back of Matahimovic and will be in the DRS zone here. We've got a yellow flag. That is Rabbit Joe, who's gone round. He's made a mistake and he's dropping down the order. But Sutty Apex here, he was within DRS range of Matt, but Matt's managed to pull away somehow, possibly saving his battery once again for that final straight. Sutty Apex looked like he had great pace there, but he's just not able to stick with Matt through the final sector there. And that Buzzy Boy currently in 6th place position. Can he find a way past that Buzzy Boy? Not able to do so here. So at the minute the order has just stringed out a little bit. Jelram has extended his gap to 4.5 seconds. Now he's on the softer tyre. He can use that extra grip and speed to pull away. And that Buzzy Boy still trying to find a way to get past PN Motorsport. Like I said, we have lost 6 drivers at this stage. Fury, A. Smith, Big Boy Brazier, Arjun, Lucas Roth and Goten Duffin all out of this race. That Buzzy Boy a lot closer to PN through the final sector now. Is he going to use that DRS advantage? Here we go, PN Motorsport, we are on board from his rear wing as that Buzzy Boy's got a great run. He's 3/10 off the back of him. He's looking to try and make the move into turn 1. That Buzzy Boy, aka Liam, is going to the outside. That's an interesting choice. Thinks better of it. Is he going to try and get a better run through the center S's and try and send it into turn 4? He's got a great run here. PN Motorsport gives him the space. The DRS helps that Buzzy Boy, flies back through up into 5th place position, taking him much longer than he probably would have wanted. But that Buzzy Boy now up into 5th place position. PN Motorsport will have to try and stick to the back of that Alpine and use that DRS zone back on that Buzzy Boy if he possibly can. Like I said, Sutty Apex just seems to have dropped out of this pace window that he seemed to had. He was on the back of Matt and now he's just fallen behind. As Little Jelram in the chat says, come on, that Buzzy Boy, and he's got the job done. As Jelram, look at his pace out front at the minute. He's well out in front, 5.5 seconds ahead of Matahimovic. And that was the beauty of being on the medium tyre at the first start of this race. Now everyone else has to run the medium tyre. He's on the soft, and he's extending his gap. Sutty Apex still currently in that 3rd place position, not able to do anything about Matt. As PN Motorsport currently in 6th place, he'll get the benefit of DRS to try and catch onto the back of that Buzzy Boy, which he's not able to do so just quite yet. And that Buzzy Boy just extends his lead. PN Motorsport not able to bring that gap down in the DRS zones. They are now starting to catch onto the back of Craig E, who will just jump right out of the way, which he does so. But still, Craig E scoring some points here, being in the top 10. So now come into the hairpin. And Matahimovic again, once again, seems to just be struggling with pace. Sutty Apex seems to ebb and flow with his pace at the minute. 1 minute he's very quick, next minute he's not, and that's Craig E going very wide. And PN Motorsport once again trying to get on the back of that Buzzy Boy. He's in the DRS zone, but he's 8/10 behind. He's not really in a position to attack. But he has brought the gap down a bit more. 3/10, 4/10. He needs to nail the first few corners perfectly so he can use that advantage. He's 6/10 back this time, a bit closer than he was last time, but not close enough to really put an attack on Liam. Liam coming out of the coming out of the racing line there, puts himself offline and probably slows him down a little bit when he probably didn't need to do that. DJ Phil not too far off the back of these guys as well. He is currently heading up towards turn 5 and 6. If anything happens between these two, then DJ Phil will be in the pound seat. But still, Gel Ram leads this race quite comfortably. Half a second off his best. With Matimovic coming across the line, he's extended his gap over Sutty. So Matt now starting to match Gel Ram's pace a little bit. Unlike Sutty, Gary not able to match them, and that Buzzy Boy just a bit off the pace there. But PN Motorsport still in that DRS, he's still able to try and catch onto the back of that Buzzy Boy. And DJ Phil currently in 7th place position. 8th is Rabbit Joe. And Bryn coming to the line. He's still in 9th place position, scoring some points here. And Craigie currently in 10th, still scoring some decent points for himself. That's quite a flat race at this stage. 40 laps to go in this race. And at the minute, Gel Ram is leading away by quite a distance ahead of Matahimovic. Not really much that Matt can do at this stage. Gel Ram is on the better tyre, as that Buzzy Boy has lost a lot of time to a PN Motorsport. PN Motorsport now back on the back of that Buzzy Boy. Can he use that advantage to try and get past? They come up to the start finish straight. PN Motorsport a little bit closer, but not close enough. Can he nail the first sector and try and get past that Buzzy Boy? This is your only fight on track right now. That Buzzy Boy not the best turn 1. That's going to give the Ferrari an opportunity to come a bit closer to the back of him. There is PN Motorsport. He's as close as he's ever been, as that Buzzy Boy has a big wiggle in the mid corner. And PN Motorsport was probably put off by that and has decided not to go for the move. So PN Motorsport still can't seem to find a good run past that Buzzy Boy. Gel Ram in the chat saying that Buzzy Boy doing great. He is doing very well, but he's leaving himself open for an opportunity to be attacked by PN Motorsport, who seem to have found another wind here and is trying to find a way past that Alpine, but just can't seem to find the run. Up the start straight, there you go. PN Motorsport about as close as he's been this whole time with that Buzzy Boy, but he's coming into the pits. Liam on a different strategy here is into the pits, and the only fight we had on track has ended. Let's go on. Gary 131 after his penalty earlier on, drive through for jumping the start. He's worked his way back up into that 4th place position. Like I said, if he hadn't got that drive through, he probably would have been in a much stronger position, maybe fighting with the leaders, but he's currently down in that 4th place position and really not able to cash on to the back of Sutty Apex as it stands. And Sutty again not quite able to stick to Matimovic, who's still leading in that 2nd place position ahead of this group. And we got quite a gap back to a PN Motorsport, who had that great fight with that Buzzy Boy. But Gel Ram now near enough 10 seconds ahead of Matahimovic. And Matt being on the medium tyre doesn't really have an answer here for Gel Ram, nor does Sutty. They're all just not quite on the pace. Gary was actually quicker than these two that lap, so Gary is coming back, but very slowly. Rabbit Joe quietly in 7th place position. That Buzzy Boy has opted for the hard tyre. He's going to attempt to try and go for the end of this race if we do come up to halfway of this race. Obviously that was Buzzy Boy's outlap from the pit lane. He's currently 8th place position. And Bryn not too far off the back of that Buzzy Boy. He's currently on the soft tyre, but that Buzzy Boy with fresher hards, he should be able to extend that gap. And Craig, again, once again, still going round, still scoring some points, is what he needs to be doing. So, Gelram currently trying to set best lap time so he can extend the gap to Matahimovic. So when he does pit, he will have that advantage on the soft tyre. Let's have a look at the fastest laps. It is Gelram who's done a 1 minute 10.5. He will extend. He'll take that extra championship point. Matahimovic in second, Sati third. And all the lap times matching their positions so far. And it's roughly about a 20-second pit. So if Gelram were to pit now, he would come out behind Gary 131. But possibly another safety car is what he probably would have want right now. Like I said, it's just flattened out a little bit here. Not much going on as that Buzzy Boy is going to try and make the hard tyres work to the very end. And can he do so? That is the question. Craigie will have to let Bryn through as he's done so. So Craigie has been lapped by the whole pack now, but he's still scoring points, so that's the main thing. And Rabbit Joe currently in that 7th place position. He's had a quiet race, a little couple of incidences here and there, but he's slowly working his way onto the back of DJ Phil. Not the most exciting Grand Prix we have had here at Simplay Motorsport. We have had more exciting races than this one. But DJ Phil is now starting to come under pressure from the car behind of Rabbit Joe. He's on much older mediums though, Rabbit Joe, so can he find a way past the Red Bull? That is the question. And Gary also on 22 lap old mediums. He's making them work. He seems to be, his lap time seems to be matching the leaders, even though he's on older mediums. I possibly think he'll probably go to the hard the soft tyre, probably 2 stop to the end. I'm pretty sure Gelram will need to stop again for softs, as will Matt, Sutty, all those guys will probably come in for another pit stops for softs. Right now, as it stands, Gelram still leading this race by quite a margin, 11.8 seconds to Matimovic in second, ahead of Sutty Apex in third, with Gary 131 slowly catching on to the back of Sutty after those two had a brilliant and titanic battle at Mexico. And what a round that was, Mexico. Absolutely brilliant to watch between those two. Rabbit Joe now starting to put pressure on DJ Phil, who DJ Phil is trying to catch PN Motorsport. He's got quite a gap ahead. We have a yellow flag. Why is that? I think someone's had a moment, possibly a Bryn or Craig has had a moment, but we go back to DJ Phil and Rabbit Joe. Rabbit Joe with the DRS. Can he get the run on DJ Phil? DJ Phil defends the inside, and Rabbit Joe's going to go around the outside. Been forced onto the grass there a little bit. Oh, Rabbit Joe, keep it together, and he's dropped it. He lights up the rear and he gets going again. That's going to invite that Buzzy Boy, and he goes down the inside. That Buzzy Boy goes up in the 7th place position. Bryn isn't too far behind either. So Rabbit Joe, after making such progress onto the back of DJ Phil, trying a little bit too hard and has spun the rear up, and those tyres are probably red hot right now. He is back on the rear of that Buzzy Boy, as we are now over halfway of this race. Like I said, quite a dull race so far, but hopefully we can have some excitement later on. The whole pack is pretty much strung out at this stage. And Rabbit Joe just losing out to that Buzzy Boy, possibly lit up those rear tyres. They're hot, they've lost their grip, and he's now having to try and catch the back of that Alpine once again. But guys, if you like what you see here, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. so you do not miss any of the action here at Simplay Motorsport. Tune in on Tuesday night as the British Touring Car Championship will return as we head to Snetterton 300 with Fury Cobb and Fury leading this championship away, but Jay not too far behind them, and myself in the Astra. Can I get a race win in the Astra? Probably not. Or can I do every single race with the 100 litres? That is my challenge for the touring cars, but nonetheless, can Fury and Cobb take it to the end and fight for this championship? Can Gary 131 in the BMW take another race win and make sure he has enough fuel for the first race at Snetterton 300, a circuit that he loves and a track that he always seems to go well at no matter what car he is in? So keep an eye out for that one, and make sure you tune in on Wednesday and Thursday night as the 4th round of the GT3 Championship will continue as we head to the Circuit of the Americas. COTA is the next round, and it looks like we've got some hot conditions coming our way. Middle of summer, clear skies, you know what that means. Track temp is looking very, very hot at this stage. And finally, make sure you tune in on Sunday night next week as we have the final round of the F1 Championship. As it stands, Matahimovic will win the title here tonight. Green Pies had to turn up and try and outscore Matt, but with Green Pies not here scoring points, Matahimovic at this stage is on his way to become the F1 champion here at Simplay Motorsport. He's currently in second place position and 12.5 seconds behind Gelram, and ever since Gelram put those soft tyres on, he has disappeared into the distance. We've got Craigie now on the back of Bryn, and Craigie wanting to unlap himself by the looks of things so we can take the fight to Bryn. As Bryn's put the AI in, that's why. So Bryn's AI is in the car, and Craigie finds the way past, but he runs wide, and Bryn's AI has to react to that one. Neither of them get the DRS, as Craigie is struggling just to get past Bryn's AI at the minute, but Gelram is now coming onto the back of these two. Won't be happy seeing that one of them is an AI. And Craigie now really on the back of Bryn, and he clears Craigie relatively easy. Oh, it's Bryn's AI really making it difficult to get past, and Craigie goes through past Bryn, so he's no longer a lap down. Craigie goes deep once again and hits Bryn, and a bit of damage to Craigie's car there. Gary 131 has suddenly found some pace in these old mediums. He's brought the gap down to Sutty Apex. It was 2 seconds. It's now 1.4 separating these two. As Bryn is into the pits. And Craig carries on through. As it stands, no real fight on track at the minute. Rabbit Joe has burnt up those mediums and can't stick to the back of that buzzy boy. Is Sutty Apex and Gary 131 once again resuming the entertainment here at F1. And it's Sutty Apex who's leading the way of Gary 131, but Gary is bringing that gap down. This is a fight for the podium. And as it stands, Sutty is staying ahead and is on the podium, but Gary will want to try and catch up to the back of that McLaren as quickly as he possibly can. Pushing as hard as he can. There's a yellow flag ahead. Who is that? I believe it possibly is Craig E. Yes, it is. He's pulled off to one side. Has he got going again? Yes, he has. So Craig E just struggling with grip by the looks of things. Sutty Apex still in third place position as it stands. And Gary bringing the gap down. Not his best lap this one by those things. So Sutty currently across the line. He's 2 tenths off his best, as is Gary. He's 3 tenths off his best. So these two trading lap times at this minute, as that Buzzy Boy has caught the back of DJ Phil. He's on those hard tyres and possibly going to the end. Can he find a way past DJ Phil? DJ Phil trying to hang in there for the minute. That Buzzy Boy should have DRS. Yes, he does, and he's not able to quite get onto the back of DJ Phil going into turn 1, but he'll want to use the DRS after the first 3 corners. Runs a bit wide through turn 3. That's put him right off the line. Had to lift. Not the best exit out of turn 3 that he would have wanted. And we'll have to stay behind DJ Phil for a little bit longer. That Buzzy Boy, can he find a way around the Red Bull in the middle sector of DJ Phil? Is 150th appearance here tonight, and he's currently in 6th place position, scoring some good points at the minute. That Buzzy Boy is looking for any opportunity to find a way past. He's going around the outside of that of DJ Phil. DJ Phil is going to run him wide. That Buzzy Boy's got the job done though on the outside, and through he goes. Is DJ Phil though going to get the DRS zone going up to turn 1? But by that point, that Buzzy Boy with fresher, harder tyres is able to just pull away. DJ Phil gets the DRS wide open, and he's trying to catch onto the back of that Buzzy Boy. He gets right on the back of him, but it can't find a way through. Rabbit Joe isn't too far behind these two either. And DJ Phil does the same thing as that Buzzy Boy. Runs very deep through turn 3 and is not able to capitalize on that Buzzy Boy's mistake into turn 1. Meanwhile, back to Gary and Sutty. They're still matching one another in each sector. Gary's still in 4th place, and Sutty crosses the line half a second off. And Gary 7 tenths off. They are literally matching one another lap by lap. And Rabbit Joe now starting to creep back onto onto DJ Phil. At 45 here. Still a bit to go of this race. Still plenty of opportunities for these guys to score some points. Said all these guys will score points, as DJ Phil has opted to come into the pits. He found out that he thinks his mediums are done, so he is coming in for a set of new tyres. What's he going to go on to? He's going on to the hard tyre, so he doesn't think a medium set of tyres will get him to the end, so he's opted for the hards. As once again Gary just finds a little bit more time on Sutty here. But then Sutty uses his straight line speed to extend over Gary. Sutty crosses the line. A 10th off his best. Gary 2 tenths off his best. They're literally matching each other lap by lap. Gelram now going into the middle part of sector 2. Well, Matt is only now entering sector 2. Gelram, since he's put these softs on, has had a commanding lead, as Bryn gets a 5-second penalty for ignoring blue flags. As we got a yellow flag, that is Bryn. He is out of this race. And Craig E there also goes through. So Craig E will get another point there, as the safety car has come out. Will Gelram pit for the medium tyre? He is coming through the final few corners towards the start finish line, and Gelram is into the pits. He's got a lovely buffer here of 20 seconds, so he'll be able to get in and out and change those tyres relatively quickly. Rabbit Joe also in the pits. He's changing to the soft tyre. Gelram putting on another set of softs. Matovic has to come in and put the softs on. As he does so, Gelram leads the pits as Matovic enters the pit. Sutty's in. Also, Gary, this is going to be interesting for Aston Martin. They've got to be quick with their pit stops. Matt's done. Off he goes. As Matt leaves, Gary comes in. How quick are they to respond? They're a little bit slower for Gary, but they do get him back out. So the top 4 have changed their tyres. PN Motorsport will probably opt to change his tyres also. Yes, he does. Into the pits he goes. That Buzzy Boy, though, on the hard tyre, he'd be able to jump possibly PN Motorsport. As Craigie also back into the pits for another fresher set tyres, and I think a front wing as well. And PN Motorsport gets his pit stop done. Yeah, and there is the front wing for Craigie. PN Motorsport back on his way out, but that Buzzy Boy on the hard tyre has jumped the Ferrari. But it is still Joe Ram who's leading the way at the minute, but his gap has come down massively here. As Gary and Sutty are having some interesting moments here. They seem to swap positions. Joe Ram really on the back of the safety car as they all catch up onto the back of that car, and that Buzzy Boy in the final few corners. He's obviously wanting not to pit anymore on those hard tyres, and he will have to go quite a long way now towards the end. But it is Joe Ram who still leads this race, with Matahimovic in second. Third is Sutty Apex. Gary 131 is in fourth. That Buzzy Boy currently fifth, and PN Motorsport in sixth. Seventh is DJ Phil. Eighth is Rabbit Joe, and in ninth place is Craigie. Your non-finishers so far for this race is Bryn, Fury, A. Smith, Big Boy Brazier, Argent, Lucas Roth, and Go 10 Duffin are your non-finishers here tonight. And the top 10 will score points. So Bryn will score 1 point here this evening. And Craig slowly working his way up the order by people not finishing this race. So again, was good points for Williams. That's the Mutts Nuts, and the Mazda has abandoned Williams relatively quickly. But the order are starting to get onto the back of the snake. I think Craigie's had another moment. He's gone round. He's got going again though. I think one more lap under the safety car and we should be able to get going once again here at Interlagos. As they go through the Senna S's, and hopefully we can get racing once again very shortly. But guys, if you haven't done so, then please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new, and hit the bell to be notified for when we are live. So we are coming into the last stages of this race. Are we about to go green this lap? That is the question. Currently on board Gary 131, who's been pursuing the back of Sutty Apex for what seems forever, but he's now right on the back of him. That Buzzy Boy and DJ Phil sticking to their strategy on the hard tyre, as Prix now joins the back of the pack, and I believe we will be able to go racing this lap as the safety car is in this lap. Matimovic has got to be on it straight away. We cannot allow Joe Ram to get too far ahead. He's also got Sutty Apex and Gary 131 right behind him. So Gelram controls the pace. He's probably going to leave it the very last second once again, so he doesn't give Matimovic a toe. As Matt's going down the inside here, he's trying to get alongside Gelram. And Gelram's gone. That's a great restart from Gelram. And he's got going here. He's caught Matimovic off guard. And away we go once again here at Interlagos. But Matt's managing to stick with him on the softer tyres. They're all on even tyres now, so it's a straight out fight between the top four. Sutty Apex actually had a better run through turn 3. Gelram trying to break the toe a little bit from Matimovic. And Sutty Apex just on the back. PN Motorsport has been looking, trying to make a move on that body boy who's on the hard tyre. He's going to be struggling to get those tyres fired up. And it's PN Motorsport who moves back up into 5th place position. So PN Motorsport makes a place up. Gary, Sutty, Gelram and Matimovic all within 4/10 of one another. And Gelram is leading this train. Matt can't afford to make any mistakes. He has got to make sure he is on the back of that Alfa Romeo, so we can send it up into a turn 1. Gelram, purple middle sector. He's flying at this stage, and that's just allowing him to creep away from Matt. Matt, though, has got a great run out of turn 3. He is in the slipstream of Gelram. Is he going to send it to turn 1? Matimovic, fastest lap of the race. He's going to go down the inside of Gelram. And Gelram's going to stick it to the outside. And Matimovic is going to try on the outside again. He's off track. And that's going to invite Sutty Apex through as well. So Sutty Apex is now onto the back of Matimovic. Sutty decides to lift out of that as we've got a yellow flag in the background. And it's DJ Phil on his 100th appearance, 150th appearance. He is out of this race. And another safety car once again here at Simplay Motorsport. Hopefully this will be a quick safety car, as most of the cars are close to one another. But Craig E once again will gain another place. He'll move up into 8th place position. Wow. So we've got another safety car once again here at Simplay Motorsport. Gelram is still leading this race. Matt is in 2nd. 3rd is Gary. But I think these two, I don't know why, but these two tend to play little games between one another. Gary's going for the pits. That's an interesting call. Has Gary got front wing damage? Possibly so, as Sutty Apex still in 3rd. That's given PN Motorsport 4th, as Gary now dropped down the order. Let's see, Gary, he has got front wing damage, so he's possibly hit Sutty. But more importantly, Craig E is now coming to where DJ Phil has crashed out, and that will give him 8th place position. So Craig E now up into 8th, as we're just waiting for that. No, is it one more lap? Oh, he's quite a bit behind DJ Phil at this stage, so he's won't be long until he is on the same lap. These guys are on lap 52, so I think one more lap and Craig will be on the same lap as DJ Phil. He's joining the back of the snake. Sutty still in that 3rd place position, looking to try and find a way on the Matimovic, as Gary now returns back on track with the soft tyre. Much younger soft tyre. I say much, he's only like 4 laps younger. As he should hopefully be able to go racing once again. Gary catching the back of the pack. Where is he? There he is. His tyres will be lit up and ready to go if we are going green. We are all queued up. We'll come up to the top of the hill. Safety car is going to stay out one more lap by the looks of things. And one more lap behind the safety car. So a reminder, guys, Tuesday night is the 5th round of the British Touring Car Championship. They will return back on track. Can we have some great action with the touring cars? That is the question. As they head to Snetterton 300, and also Wednesday and Thursday night. is the return of the GT3s at Kota. And it looks like we have got some quite warm conditions coming our way for Kota. 60 degrees looking at the track temperature for the race, but anything can happen still. We can get rain for that. Who knows what's around the corner. But we should be able to go racing this lap once again. We've now lost DJ Phil. Craig E is up into 8th place position. As we go into the middle sector, let's have the safety car in. As we've got 18 laps left to go here at Brazil. It's been a long season, but we are coming down to the very end. Abu Dhabi is the final race of the season. In a week's time, Matsumovic can win the title here tonight just by finishing in the points, and he is going to do so. So already Matsumovic will probably look to win the title here tonight. Gelram goes into the pits here. Gelram choosing the pit at this stage. That is very odd there, and that's given Matsumovic the lead of the race. Why is Gelram pitted? Why has he done that? He's into the pits. He's got front wing damage. Has he hit the safety car? More importantly, PN Motorsport has lost out to Rabbit Joe. Rabbit Joe's up in the 3rd place position. That's given Gary131 an opportunity to come back, and Sati Apex is tacking Matahimovic. Sati Apex coming up into turn 4. He's right on the back of the Aston Martin of Matimovic, but goes a little bit wide. He needs again to stick with him in this sector, as Gelram has got front wing damage, as Rabbit Joe has dropped it and he's gone round and hit the wall. He will get away with that one. Possibly some front end damage, but Gelram with front wing damage had to pit. He's got that Buzzy Boy with him also, but Matahimovic now leads this race, and Rabbit Joe's off again. He's got front wing damage this time. He's got to be careful. Red turning on, and safety car once again. This is getting ridiculous now, boys. We can't seem to get... That's Matt coming into pit. Why is Matt coming into the pit? These guys are just throwing this race around. I really don't know what's going on, as he got front wing damage. No, he hasn't. He's just changing for another set of softs. Is he going to stay ahead of Gelram? That's the question. He does. I really don't understand what these guys are doing. Gelram must have hit the safety car and has got front wing damage. So now Sati Apex leads this race ahead of PN Motorsport, ahead of Gary131. Matimovic is 4th, with Gelram in 5th. That Buzzy Boy in 6th. Rabbit Joe now into the pits. Obviously due to his spin, the reason we're having the safety car now. As Craig E nearly crashes into the back of Gary131 there. I honestly don't know what's going on in this race. These boys just keep making mistakes. We're so close to the end of the race and they're just bottling it. PN Motorsport now up into the podium positions. Matt has got a car separating him and Gary, or Craig E. Gelram on softer, on newer softs. I think they want this race to drag on. That's what they're doing here. Another safety car. The sun's come out though here in a beautiful Interlagos, Brazil. I think they're trying to make me talk more in the safety car. Like I haven't got enough to talk about already. But hopefully Rabbit Joe can get onto the back relatively quickly. Everyone on the soft tyre pretty much to the end. Sati Apex opting to stay out in front. Gelram possibly crashing into the back of the safety car, giving him wing damage, which Rabbit then Matimovic decided to pit. which I don't know why. Bit of a strange one, Matt coming into pit. I don't understand. He had race lead, he had track position. So Joe will need to get through this pack. Where's Rabbit Joe? He's now catching onto the back of the pack. Strange that one. We got 15 laps of this race. And he now catches the back of the pack, so hopefully we will be able to go green now as the safety car comes down the hill. Safety car is in this lap. Sutty Apex now controls the pace. Now we've had a couple of restarts where it's left to the very last minute from Gelram. What is Sutty Apex going to do? He's slowed the pack up dramatically here. He's really slow. He's really taking his time here. Matt is trying to get alongside. I think Sutty's gone. Sutty has decided to go already, and that's caught a lot of drivers out actually. They're expecting it to go right to the end. But Sutty Apex with a decent restart actually. And PN Motorsport's going to get caught out here by Gary131, and Gary goes down the inside and gets the position done on PN Motorsport. Now Matahimovic is coming onto the back of him. Gelram will need to clear Craig as quickly as possible. But Matahimovic now looking to try and hunt down PN Motorsport, as Craig E does a good job of just stepping to one side and letting the whole pack through. Matimovic looking to make a move on PN Motorsport. He tries to go around the outside, but can't seem to do it there. And Matimovic really wanting to try and clear PN as quickly as he can, because he knows Sutty and Gary will start to disappear into the distance. And now they've got a bit of clear air. And Gelram is right on the back of these two also. He's purple middle sector. Gelram is absolutely flying at the minute. Matt has got a better run out the final corner on PN. PN Motorsport will try and get back into the slipstream. Gelram is right there as well, and Gelram goes down the inside of PN. Sutty Apex sets the fastest lap. Gelram sets the fastest lap of the race. Everyone's setting their fastest laps at this minute, and Matimovic stays ahead of Gelram. Matt is currently 1.5 off the back of Sutty and Gary. Gary is hunting Sutty Apex down as they go into turn 4. And Gelram now with a much better drive on Matahimovic. Up the hill they go, and there's nowhere he can really overtake here, so he's going to have to wait a little bit longer. With the pace these two have, they should be able to just catch these two relatively quickly. But Sutty and Gary possibly need to work together to try and extend that gap to the two behind. But Gelram also will want to try and clear Matimovic as quickly as he possibly can. Middle sector, Matt has gone purple. We've got Gelram not too far behind him. Well, Sutty and Gary are leading this race so far. Sutty going towards the line. Gary sets the fastest lap. Matt now sets the fastest lap of this race, as Gary's going round the outside of turn 1. Has he got the job done? Yes, he does, but he hits Sutty at the same time. That's going to give Matimovic an opportunity to go right round the outside of Sutty Apex, and the DRS is open. And Sutty Apex will have the DRS. Is he going to send it on to Matt into turn 4? No, he doesn't, so he thinks better of it. I think Sutty Apex has got front wing damage. All the tyres have gone, and Gelram now up into 3rd place position. It's Gary now leading this race after a drive-through penalty at the start of this race. Gary131 leads this race. Sutty there just dropping off the back of these guys a little bit. I think he's possibly got front wing damage. He has got 11 lap old softs. So Matt coming in relatively early there for the soft tyre was probably the best move actually. There's me thinking just stay on the soft, should be alright. But actually, fresh new softs are the way to go. Gary's 6 lap old softs aren't holding off too bad either as they come into the DRS zone. Gary now leads this race, but he's got Matimovic and Gelram come flying at him. And looks like Gary's going to let Matahimovic go into turn 1. Gary's going to stick it out actually. He's going to stay there. and Matt nearly crashes into the back of his teammate. Here comes Gelram around the outside. Are we going to go 3 wide? Yes, we are. Matimovic and Gelram split Gary 131, and Gelram looks like he's got the run on the pair of them, but Matimovic just hangs in there. Gelram also passes Gary. These two on fresher soft tyres are going at it, and Gelram goes off track, but manages to hang on and stay ahead of Gary 131. Sutty has properly dropped off the back of these guys and is not able to get near them. Gary going a little bit wide there. Sutty Apex not able to stick with them now. PN Motorsport under pressure from that buzzy boy who's on fresh softs now also. But the top two now looking like they're going to extend their lead. Gelram, much better run out of the final corner. Matt goes defensive. Gelram's going to the outside. DRS wide open for Gelram. Is he going to try and get the move done on the outside? He tries to do so, but Matt hangs it out. And Matt drops it. Matt's dropped it, and he's put himself in the wall. Matimovic has made a mistake. And off he goes back on track. Simple mistake there, but Matimovic continues on. And that's given Gary that second place position. Can Gary now attack Gelram for the race lead? Gary 131 will try everything in his power to possibly catch on to the back of that Alfa Romeo. He's had a great middle sector. He's run wide though, and Gelram will have the tyre, probably has the tyre advantage over him being much younger tyres. And Gelram now try and extend his gap. He's purple middle sector. Gary will have the DRS though, going up the hill. Gary 121 with the DRS wide open. Is he going to send it into turn 1? But Gelram can't really defend it. And Gary goes down the inside. And the Aston Martin has gone through. Gelram will now have to wait for the next DRS zone. But Gary's not going to make it easy for him. Gelram is off track. He's going to have to lift. And Gary 131 now leads this race. Once again. Matt's now going to be on a recovery drive to try and catch up to the back of that buzzy boy and PN Motorsport. Can Matt catch Sutty Apex to the end? That is the question. Can Gary 131 keep Gelram behind him for another 9 laps here? The last time we saw Gelram was at Zandvoort. And he absolutely annihilated things there at Zandvoort. Here it's been a little bit more different. He's been struggling a little bit here tonight, but he is still at the front of the pack with Gary 131. DRS wide open for Gelram as they go down towards turn 1. Gary defends the inside. Is he better on the brakes? Yes, he is. He gets it stopped, and Gelram will have to stay behind. Gelram with a great run through turn 3. He gets the switch on Gary 131. Nothing Gary can do. That's Gelram down the inside and back up in the first place. Gary's going to stick it out on the outside though. He gets pushed wide and Gary loses a place, but he just needs to stick with him in the final few corners here so we can get the DRS once again. And it seems like this Aston Martin is better in the straights than the Alfa Romeo is, but the Alfa Romeo is a lot better in the middle sector. But Gelram was very slow through that sector there. Matimovic slowly catching on to the back at PN Motorsport here. That's Gary. He's about this far back when he had the DRS, but look already, that trim the wing for Gary is helping him out with the slipstream. DRS wide open now. Is he going to send it into turn 1? He probably thinks about it. He's going for it. Gelram has to give him space. They go into turn 2. Gary's going to stick it out on the outside. He got the job done. And Gelram has to yield. Has Gelram got DRS? Yes, he has. Gary now has to defend. But he can't do so because Gelram's already on his inside. Gary's going to stick it out on the outside once again. and he can't get the job done. So Gelram survives another lap. Sutty's made a mistake. No, because that Buzzy Boy and Pien have caught Sutty. And Matimovic back up into 5th place position. Can he pass that Buzzy Boy and Sutty Apex? All these guys won another podium here. Gary 131 once again sticking to Gelram for the race win here. As things start to hotten up here at the final part of this Brazilian Grand Prix. That Buzzy Boy under pressure from the Aston Martin of Matimovic. And up the hill they go. Gary 131 once again. DRS zone. Stronger straight line speed here. He's going to go to turn 1. And he's choosing this time not to attack. He's going to sit behind Gelram and try and get the DRS for turn 2. But Gelram is so much better in the corners and was able to use that advantage. Gary 131 not close enough. And Gelram, I think, will be able to hang on to this race lead. Gary needed to attack into turn 1. Gelram much stronger in turn 1, 2 and 3. Sutty Apex, meanwhile, has got pressure from Matimovic. Matt trying to go on the inside of Sutty. Sutty's keeping it strong on the outside. That Buzzy Boy is getting involved as well. He's making contact with him. And these four all battling it out for the podium positions. Pien wants his first podium. That Buzzy Boy wants his first podium. Here in the F1s, Sutty wants to score more points once again on Matimovic for pride, and Matimovic wants to be on the podium. What's happened to Gelram? He's made a mistake. Gary 131 now in front. Gelram will get the DRS zone, but we know Gary's got a better top speed. And look, Gelram does not want to overtake. He wants the DRS zone going into turn 4, and Gary is having to stick it out here on the inside. He gets the better run through turn 3. Gelram is on the outside. Gary shuts the door and Gelram can't find a way through. Sutty still got pressure from behind. Has he got a virtual safety car? What for? I'm not sure why we got a virtual. As Gary now leads this race. Gelram in 2nd, Sutty in 3rd, that Buzzy Boy in 4th. 5th is Matimovic, who's got front wing damage by the looks of things. Is it debris? That's why we got a virtual. Either way, whatever happens, Matimovic will be in the commentary box because he will win the championship here tonight. With no green pies to defend his title. Craig Eag is fine. Everyone's running, so there's no reason to. His DRS is back enabled and we are green once again. Gary needs a good exit up the hill. And Gelram and Gary continues their fight towards the start finish straight. They go. Gelram in 2nd. Can he find a way past on Gary 131? Gary doesn't defend the inside this time because he wants a better run through turn 1 and 2. That Buzzy Boy with DRS wide open can't seem to find a way past Sutty Apex, and Matimovic with front wing damage will be struggling to the very end. He's got Prix Motorsport breathing down his neck. And Gelram has got back in front of Gary, but Gary's holding it strong on the outside. And once again, same move, same position, but Gary's on the inside. He's using his battery deployment to stay there, and Gelram will have to give that place up as he goes off track there and loses out to Gary 131. That Buzzy Boy now attacking Sutty Apex. He looks down the inside. Liam wants a podium here. He wants to be on that podium. And Prix Motorsport has got past Matimovic. Back to the front. Only a couple laps left. 5 laps to go. Gelram is running out of time to win this race. Gary is running out of time to hang in there. Can he redeem himself from Mexico and win this race without taking a penalty? Gelram is looking down the inside of turn 1, but Gary much better on the brakes, keeps the car in front. That Buzzy Boy now in the DRS zone. Is he going to send it on Sutty Apex? No, he has to go to the outside. Gelram with the DRS goes around the outside of Gary 131 and will get the job down into turn 4. So Gary will just need to stick with him through the first couple of sectors. Sutty still trying to defend from that Buzzy Boy, who's looking to the outside of turn 4 as Matt has had to pit. Oh, that Buzzy Boy went for an opportunistic move there and has spun round, but he's lucky to get going again. PN Motorsport will get close, but he chooses better of it to just lift and coast. Gary 131. All the fights have now pretty much come to an end as PN Motorsport is caught onto the back of that Buzzy Boy. Gary just stays within DRS range, but he runs wide. And he's not in the DRS zone. I don't think he'll get the DRS. No, he doesn't. So Gel Ram might have now done it here. As Gary possibly will not be able to win this race as Gel Ram has broken the DRS zone. But nonetheless, Gary 131, what a fight he put up there to Gel Ram, as Gel Ram will now extend his lead. Sutty Apex now in third place position. That Buzzy Boy now under pressure from PN Motorsport as they all run that curve and the car becomes unsettled, loose, and wants to break traction. PN Motorsport gets the DRS zone. PN Motorsport, can he catch onto the back of that Buzzy Boy, or is Liam now just got back into the groove a little bit? 21 laps, Sutty Apex has been on these soft tyres and they're probably screaming at him right now. Gary's not able to catch Gel Ram now. Gel Ram now into a groove here and is extending his lead to Sutty Apex. Gary 131, who's extending his gap to Sutty Apex. Sutty's just got to hang on for 2 more laps and he will get a podium here. But that Buzzy Boy will want to try and get that podium away from him. One little mistake that Buzzy Boy didn't need to make, and he possibly threw away a podium here. A Gel Ram with a commanding lead at this minute over Gary 131. There's nothing really I don't think Gary can do. Much older softs as well. 2 lap older softs. He's not really able to attack Gel Ram. He hasn't got the tyre performance really to attack him. I think Sutty Apex might have just covered off. As actually Gary's retired. Gary has dropped it on the last lap here. Penultimate lap here. Gary 131 is out of this race. That has now put Sutty Apex up into second place. That Buzzy Boy in third. Liam's just going to hang on here and he'll get a podium. PN Motorsport once again is just outside of the podium positions here, but anything can still happen. Gary 131 has made a mistake that has easily given Gel Ram the win here. Sutty Apex going through the first sector now. He is on his way to a second place position, but Gel Ram is on his way to a win here. Not quite the top 6 I was expecting here, as Craig also will score more points here for finishing. To come first you must finish, as Matovic takes an extra fastest lap here away from Gel Ram. I think he had the fastest lap of the race before, but Gel Ram coming into the final few sectors now. I don't think we'll get Gel Ram into the commentary booth because he doesn't tend to join us, but nonetheless, Gel Ram exits the final corner here. He's already celebrating towards the line. Gel Ram will win here at Brazil Interlagos. He spins across the line. That'll be a penalty point, but doesn't matter now. The season's pretty much come to an end as Sutty Apex will come home for a second place position. Sutty will be very happy with that one, as that Buzzy Boy will take third. PN Motorsport will take fourth, and Rabbit Joe will come home in 5th place position. But also this man here will come home in 6th place position, but he's going to come home and win the F1 title as well. Matahimovic is your champion for the F1. He will come home in 6th place position, and Craigie doesn't quite get Gary at the end, so Craigie will come home in 8th overall. Gary will hang on to that 7th place position, but it is Matahimovic who is your champion here at Simplay Motorsport for the F1. Driver of the day goes to Piano Motorsport. So congratulations to him. But it is Gelram who is your winner here tonight. And there he is on top of the tables with Sutty Apex in second and that Buzzy Boy in third place. We will get Sutty and that Buzzy Boy in. I know for a fact that Gelram will not come into the party, but Matimovic, I will invite him anyway just in case he does. But Matimovic is your champion, and if Matt is listening, then please get into the party yourself. There he is. I will just get the others in as well. As it says here, I can't add any more players. That's great. But it is Gelram who is your winner here tonight. Thank you, Matthew. As we have invited Sutty and that Buzzy Boy, but it is Gelram who is your winner here this evening. But your championship winner is Matimovic, who wins the title. We will start with the podium boys first. And first things first, Liam, that Buzzy Boy, podium here tonight at Brazil. Earlier on, it did not look like that way, but nonetheless, you've got to be very happy with that podium.
I am ecstatic about it. I mean, it's the first podium since I came back, so I'm happy enough.
Well, it definitely should give you a lot more of a boost going into this week's GT3s heading to Kota, but nonetheless, it looked like you could have had P2 as well, with Gary dropping it at the end. Sutty seemed to be struggling with his tyres as they were very old. Second place was on the cars, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, but Sutty's too quick for me, and it was, as Fernando Alonso said, defending like a lion, so it is what it is, so I'm happy enough with third.
I think that the opportunity was down at turn 4 and 5, where you just got onto the curb and the rear dropped, but you managed to do a perfect 360 and managed to keep going. Was it worth just possibly waiting a little bit through that middle sector and use the DRS down the main straight, or was you just in that zone of trying to catch Sutty as quickly as possible?
I think I was just in that zone of just pushing and trying to get past him, and then some form of like Matrix moment just happened where I ended up 360 in the car, but then still being able to keep the position.
But nonetheless, mate, you're back on the podium here at Simplay Motorsport with a third place here at Brazil. You head to Abu Dhabi in a week's time. What can you do that for the final? Can you get a win before the season is out?
Probably not, but I can still give it a good go.
Well, nonetheless, best of luck in the GT3s in the week, and also good luck next week at Abu Dhabi for the final round of the season.
Thank you.
We move on to the second place man, Sutty Apex. Oh, that was an interesting race for yourself, wasn't it? Great tussle between Gary once again. I think if we get rid of Gelram and Matt, we still had a great show with you and Gary going toe to toe. But nonetheless, those softs were dying at the end, wasn't it?
I ended up with wing damage. Me and Gary ended up, I think, just clipped slightly, lost the end plate. I was like yellow on the front. I thought there's no point pitting. I had Jeff in my ear saying, keep pitting. I went, no, I'm staying out. So that's why Liam was gaining on me rapidly. But I kept going deep, managing to defend from him.
But nonetheless, you managed to carry on that momentum from Mexico, the race win, and then obviously second place here tonight. F1's finally going your way a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah, it was good. Brazil, I didn't seem to have the pace. Like Gary on the mediums is a lot older, and he was just gaining on me. And then obviously he dropped it with a lap to go, and I sort of inherited second, so I was quite happy. To be honest, I thought I was going to lose the podium. I thought Liam was going to get me down the start finish.
But nonetheless, you did manage to hang on for that second place position. And nonetheless, that was a fantastic drive from yourself. Patient, keeping out of trouble, and you managed to get a second. We had a week's time to Abu Dhabi. Do you think you can get another win under your belt as we head to the final round?
I don't know. I don't mind Abu Dhabi. It's just this new game I haven't really got a grip with like the old one. It seems a lot slidier for me. As you know, I'm on pad. I can't do this on wheel. I just see what ends up, try and do what I can.
Well, nonetheless, mate, congratulations on the second, and best of luck as you head to Kota on Thursday night as well. And we'll see you on track then in your fabulous Lamborghini. But we will now move on to your championship winner here this evening. Matimovic is the F1 champion, with Aston Martin also the Constructors champion. Matt, how does it feel?
Oh, it's been a long season, Dan, let me tell you.
Tell me about it.
To get it done, that feels good.
Pretty much all you had to do tonight was turn up and at least score some points, or at least not score at all. You just had to turn up. Obviously, Green Pies moving away, not able to make the last 2 rounds. But nonetheless, you and Green Pies have gone toe-to-toe this season. You've had your lows, you've had your highs, but nonetheless, it's been great for us all to watch here at Simplay Motorsport.
Yeah, it's a shame that he can't make the last 2 races, obviously with him having a big move, and I wish him all the best on his move, and hope he has a good time. I think it's Malta he's gone to, and it's a shame not to win it while he's not here. But like you say, we've had lows, we've had highs, we've had great battles on and off the track, and he's pushed me hard this season. It's made me a better driver for it, although tonight wouldn't show that. But yeah.
Well, nonetheless, you do go to Abu Dhabi a champion. You do go to that round. Pretty much don't have to really do anything other than go for another race win. Is that what you're aiming for? And you got to set your eyes now on the GT3s in the Pro.
Yeah, depending on what happens in the week, depending on if Gary wins or if I win in the week, I'll be looking to win next Sunday night to make me and Gary tied on 20 wins apiece, although Sutty won't count them 12 from Pro-Am.
Nope.
But no, you know, the goal is now to get on the back of Gary, get on the back of Jamie and Fury in terms of race wins, and hunt yourself down in that tally. Cracking season. Well done, Sutty. Well done to Liam and Joe Ram tonight. Me and Sutty had a bit of a battle at one stage. Me and Gary and Joe Ram earlier as well in the race had a cracking battle, and Jamie as well. Jamie pushed me hard early on, and you know, there's a good host of guys in this championship that all deserve race wins, but there can only be one, and unfortunately Joe Ram's won a couple, I've won a fair few, so's Green Pie, Sutty and Gary have got one apiece as well, so that's the way it works. And we go to the last one next week, and you know, we look forward to finish the season on a high for Aston Martin. Not the best result tonight for the pair of us, but we look to end it on a high, and if we could take 1-2, you know, it'd be brilliant. It don't matter the way.
How annoyed is Gary right now?
He's frustrated. He knew Gelram had gone, and he knew Gelram had won that race, and it was about bringing the car up second place, and he comes towards the middle part of the lap, and he's like, oh, I've dropped it, oh, I've hit the wall, and me and Sutty just had to burst out laughing.
It made me smile.
Liam pushing like an absolute beaver was trying to get that third place from Sutty, and I think Liam was probably the happiest man to see Gary in the wall.
Well, nonetheless, Matt, congratulations on the championship.
Cheers.
And the
Congratulations
as well. Also, we got to make a mention as well. Congratulations to Gel Ram tonight for the race win. Matt stealing the fastest lap just at the end as well. But nonetheless, the championship looks like this. Matt Imovic is your champion. He's 37 ahead of Green Pies. Green Pies is not able to win the title. Gary 131. If he had been able to finish a little bit higher in the points, he could have brought the gap down to Green Pies, but I don't think that is really on the cards either. Slutty Apex is currently in 4th, and quite a way ahead of PM Motorsport. PM Motorsport has now moved up ahead of Mazda, and Big Boy Brazier is now in 7th place. Fury is in 8th place position with A Smith in 9th. 10th is Monkey Boy Gelram, has managed to jump himself all the way up to 11th place position with Rabbit Joe up into 12th. With 13th is DJ Phil. The Mutts Nuts currently 14th, 15th is Argent, 16th KLF. That Buzzy Boy in 17th. Can he catch a few of those guys who aren't racing no more? That is the question. Bryn in 18th, 19th Craig. 20th is Keegs. 21st is Go 10 Duffin. 22nd Glick Joe. Leon Fernie 23rd, and 24th is Two Shot for You. The team's championship looks like this. Aston Martin are your constructors champions, but the fight is between Alfa Romeo and McLaren for the runners-up. There's only 4 points separating those two as they go into the final round. Ferrari currently in 4th with 5th place is Williams. 6th is AlphaTauri. 7th is Haas. 8th is Alpine. 9th is Red Bull. And in 10th place is Mercedes. The two hotshot teams at the back of the pack. But from myself and everyone else, congratulations to Matahimovic for the F1 title. Congratulations to Aston Martin for the Constructors title. And congratulations to Joran for the win tonight. But from myself and everybody here, it's good night.